Today's episode with the trip down to the Medeski in Reading for this Premier League game, and we are going to have a look at Reading's side. Obviously, Reading haven't really got anyone else that I really know. They got Yidom, the right back, as well, with a Beta at left back. They're the only two players I really know. I think it's Lloyd Kelly as well there in the midfield, and Aluka there on the right. So nothing really too different for Reading. Obviously, nothing that I really know of, but we do start the game the brightest with Patrice Guerin, our youngster, getting the first goal in this game, playing off a great header from the corner from Joe Allen. It looked like a very difficult start really after 22 minutes, but we managed to be the first side that was the more in control in this side for this game. So yeah, but then it all went upside down with Kelly playing the ball into Novac or something, who managed to equalise for Reading and make it 1-1 going into the break as well, scoring on the 41st minute. The defence just switched off, I think, at that point, and it was just one ball through to equalise the game. But into the second half, Malinowski managed to learn how to say his name properly. Plays the ball to Guerin, who gets a little bit of fortune to lay off Rebic, who smashes it into that top right hand corner. Obviously that's again one of his increasing his goal tally for the season. I believe that is his 4th or 5th of the season. Bit of fortune, first time shot. The keeper did get a hand to it, but the power from Rebic not keeping that out. Obviously again we switch off, and Yidom, the right back, comes all the way up the other end of the pitch and puts Reading equal again on 66 minutes. Again switching off with, obviously with a defence, we keep leaking goals, and that's how the game ends at 2-2. But then we move into the Carabao Cup against Swansea City, a game I really thought I would win, and it didn't start off great with McKay really squeezing in the header against the standing goalkeeper Gorfu, who's like another youth player, but Bojan gets a little bit of fortune there as it lays off a phobia for an easy tap in to make it 1-1. Then Imbula does that. That's what I want from Imbula. That's why I brought him back. I know he can strike them, and with that goal he puts us into the lead for the one and only time in this game, as Andre Ayew smashes past the youth keeper to draw the game level in stoppage time of the first half. Again, Mackay comes up the pitch and smashes the ball past the keeper. Like, no, I don't think Bolton's going to even save that. But here's another one of our youth players, Alexander, who was getting torn apart all game. Manages to get an assist as laid off Tom Ince to get an easy tap in. But after a bit of layoff, then a corner comes in and get another goal for Swansea, making it 4-3, as it was Leroy Fer that actually scored that corner, and that is how the game ended. Scoring that goal in like the 60-something minute, it didn't help us, and we ended up losing the game and crashing out the Carabao Cup at the very first attempt to Swansea City. But now we have our group stage draw for the Europa League, and we have RB Salzburg from Austria, Victoria Pleasant, who I believe are a Polish side, and PEC Zwolle, who are from the Netherlands. So this side, I reckon I could probably squeeze about second place, maybe top of the group, because this side I reckon I could probably get out of. But then we go into a nice simulation game. Because of the games in this episode, I don't want to play so many, so I decided to simulate this one game in this episode against Leicester. And it couldn't have started better with Kramaric getting sent off. Obviously after that, Rebic managed to take advantage of the 10 men of Leicester and put us in front. But only 8 minutes later it was Maddison that managed to equalise the game. Then into the second half, it was Andre Gray, I believe it was, at 10 minutes into the second half he manages to put Leicester ahead, and we do finish the game with yet another defeat. And with how we're performing, it's very bleak at the moment, sitting in 18th in the relegation zone, only winning 1, drawing 1 and losing 2. But we have scored 8 goals, but we've also conceded 10, so it's not going so well at the moment, and I hope it will turn around later in the season. But with the games coming up, it doesn't help. And the next game coming up is league leaders Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, a game I really didn't want at this time of the season because of how poor we were doing, but we managed to do something. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you find out. And here we are, it's Chelsea's lineup. Kepa's still in goal, and Zappacosta, Christensen, Kurt Zuma, old Stoke City player, in at centre back, with Baba at left back. Another old Stoke City player, Van Hinkel, is actually captaining the side for Chelsea. And then they have Willian Mandzukic and Eden Hazard up front. They've even got Di Maria on the bench as well, which is not what you want in this Chelsea team. And the strength of this Chelsea side shown as Willian took the lead. only for Mason Mount to play Mandzukic through to double Chelsea's lead after only 22 minutes. Not what we needed, but we didn't create any chance in the first half. This was the best chance of the second half, with obviously Kieran Tierney missing the easy chance, but Rebic getting a bit more fortune there as he gets a rebound shot from Kepa and manages to tap it in for his 6th of the season. We could have had more chances though. Bojan there with a great chance to try and win the game, but it wasn't happening. We didn't manage to do anything. Frank Eagle claps because Chelsea win the game 2-1 to retain their top spot. But now we go into the first Europa League game against PEC Zwolle from the Netherlands, and obviously we want to leave all the Premier League stuff behind us and focus on this Europa League fixture. And with this side, I can't really know anybody. I know someone called Brad Short top, but with that said, I'm going to go back to live Comash. Hopefully you enjoy the commentary and let's see if we can get anything. Malinowski is what it's just called in. So thank you, Derek Ray, for actually helping me name what my player is. I've been struggling to find out what it's been called for the last season and a half. So, Guerin. Malinowski has a strike. Yes, there we go. I've been wanting him to do that all season, and Malinowski now has done it. Our first goal in Europa League comes from our first ever signing of the series. Malinowski, back from the Championship up to the Premier League and in the Europa League. He can whack him with that left foot of his. That's why I brought him in. Not going too well in the league so far. If we're sitting in relegation zone, doesn't matter. We're in the lead so far in this Europa League tie. Let's see how far we can go. 1-0 to Stoke against PSC Zwolle. It's a shot, good save from Butland to get away, and that's somehow found a way through. Oh, that's that. I'm not sure how that squeezed through. The good save from Butland, push it away, but that scissor kick squeezed in the near post, and Butland just couldn't keep it out. Went between his arm and leg. PECs all have an equaliser. 4 minutes of the half. There we go. It's half time. 1-1 at the break. Joof. There we go. It took a while to find a way through there, but man Joof in the end has managed to smash the ball home. 10 minutes into the second half. We regained the lead. It's what we've bloody needed. Man Joof has been not had enough game time this season. I don't know why I've not been starting him, but he's managed to bury that one on his left foot, hit it around his defender and pass the keeper into the net. We gain the lead, 2-1. Roberts. Ball's in. Guerin! Oh, it's in! It is in! It is! Guerin! He got his first goal in the Premier League in this episode, and now he's managed to grab his first goal in the Europa League. This young lad's going to be brilliant for us. I just hope his overall grows a bit more. Barrow of the ball in, and the header from Guerin just hits the keeper, and it just lets the ball loose, and it crosses the line in the end. Thanks to the keeper's mistake, we're up by 3-1. Making one change, Milanowski, the goal scorer, is coming off, and Mbula is going to come on to take his place. Short cross. Bauer, that's a bow. Mbula, that's a bow again. Trying to just play the ball forward slowly. Mbula turns his man, finesses, low power again, just can't find a way to beat the keeper with such a slow shot. Good pass, Bauer. Mamjufson, Akers. Oh, he's just put it wide. We could have buried the game there. It's Juve. And Bula struck it low, and it's a good save. I brought Kieran Tierney on for Bauer in the last couple of minutes. Trying to swing it in. We know Juve's going to be there. It's a good header, but well, it's a poor header actually. It's wide, but looks to be it. Only a minute left on the clock. Just trying to keep up the other end of the pitch, and there we go. We got a win. This episode isn't all doom and gloom. Draws against Reading, loss against Leicester, Swansea and Chelsea, but our first win of the episode comes in the Europa League against PEC Zwolle from the Netherlands. 3-1 victors in the end. Such a great performance and such a great way to get a win, and they're off the mark in Europa League. Right guys, I would be carrying on with my live cam, but I've just watched the footage back and it was actually buzzing through all the way through, so I'm going back to post commentary for this as we go into the next game, which is at home against Liverpool. Obviously I'm going with a bit of a different side actually. It's the same team, but I've just switched the formation up. I've actually got the youngster Alexander at right back, Tierney's going at left back because obviously I've got Bauer and Wilhelm's both tired. Allen sits in CDM, I've got Klukas on the left, Costa on the right, and Bula's going to sit in cam with Afobe and Rebic up top. And Liverpool side, Alisson is still in goal. With you got Juan Fran at right back in the newest side, and Tejas at left back. They're both new signings to Liverpool. Lallana, Grujic, and Kajita in the midfield. And you got Salvio, Roberto Firmino, and Mane in obviously the top three. Salah, Sturridge, and all them are still on the bench, but you have to go into this game at Liverpool hoping that we can get something to get out the relegation zones. And the first 20 minutes we were actually the better side. We were creating loads of chances. That one held their cost. If I could just bury that, it'd be a totally different game. But only a few minutes later we still carry on. We keep playing the ball around nicely through to Mbula. And Rebic has a brilliant shot, another good save from Alisson, and we're still going with the chances off the throw-ins because the corners can result from nothing. Rebic lays Mbula off to play Klukas, and that shot is just a bit, that finesse just a little bit better. It would have hopefully found the corners, but we keep going still. And Mbula plays a lovely ball down the line to Helder Costa. Like I say, we're tearing Liverpool apart so early on, and just the keeper managed to dive out just in front of the incoming player then to manage to find a way to save it. And then a phobia there against a good shot against Alisson. But again, we're still going 15 minutes in, we're creating all the chances. Liverpool have done absolutely zero in this game, and Rebic, that face is just me right now. After that, Liverpool decided to switch on. Obviously after that, Kajita managed to play a ball in towards Grujic into the box for him to score for Liverpool and make it 1-0 after 21 minutes. And after this, the game started to go upside down. We started to concede a lot more than this. As you see, Liverpool take the lead. Then up to that one ball through to Salvio, split his defence apart with Firmino's in so much space. All he has to do is whack it in and then celebrates with the home fans, which is very weird. So we've got some traitors in the crowd. But that's not all for the first half. Marnie gets the ball through. Martin doesn't deal with it, and Marnie can just smash it in past Butland to make it 3-0 going into the break. And we had a lot of work to do. And the only thing we could do in this game came in the 77th minute, where Rebic got a bit of space and decided to have a pop shot against Alisson. And it's a beautiful goal into that top corner. But that's all we can manage against Liverpool. 3-1, we managed to reduce the deficit in terms of goal difference, but still managed to come away with nothing from that fixture. But into the last game of the episode against Watford at Vicarage Road, this is the game we need to go in to get 3 points against, because we're still sitting 18th. And obviously we did start off again quite bright. This chance, Tierney's header, saved from Gomez, the goalkeeper, and cleared off the line. Nothing we can do about that. And then I think Delafeo lays off cleverly, and cleverly gives a scare, but ends up hitting the post, which is quite unfortunate for him. But I think it's Cabaselli actually that actually give Watford the lead. But only a minute or two later, still in stoppage time, Malinowski, should I say, managed to put put us back on level terms. But into the second half, that was a brilliant save from Butland. It's what we needed going into it. But we created our own chances. Roberts, that was a shot, and then a shot again. Again, nothing came of it, and we only managed to come away with a point. It is better than a loss, but a point is all we got away from Watford. Right guys, this is the current Premier League table. We played 7 games and we still sit in 18th spot in the relegation zone on 5 points. Huddersfield and Reading both starting to creep up behind me now, obviously with 4 points, but we're still in that relegation zone. Level points of Bournemouth, but Bournemouth are still yet to play a game against, I think they got, I don't know who they've got, but the Watford team we've just played against, we're sitting in 5th, like I say, and they were obviously still a strong side, like all of these teams are in the league. But and then Liverpool and Chelsea so far running the way with beat ups. Liverpool were on top of the table by scoring 1 extra goal than Chelsea. West Ham also find themselves in the top 4 as well. Obviously teams like Man City and Man United are slipping down the table, literally, and even Spurs as well. It's a bit weird to see an bit down there, but we're not focused on them, we're focused on ourselves, and the fact that we're here so far is not great. Obviously I know it's going to be tough, obviously on legendary difficulty and being in the Premier League, but we should be doing better. We've conceded 16 goals already this season in the first 7 games. We've scored 11, which puts us obviously tied with Man City, who've also got 11, and Chelsea and Liverpool, so we're like joint 3rd in terms of how many goals we've scored. So we are scoring those goals, we just can't stop conceding them. Like, I don't think I've had a clean sheet yet this season, so that needs to improve. But yeah, next episode we got another group game in the Europa League, which I'm going to start focusing on as well, because we need to start getting something out of this. So anyway guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, obviously more than I have. If you have enjoyed, make sure you leave us a like. If you haven't, drop a dislike, let me know why in the comments below so I can improve. If you're new, be sure to subscribe as well. Even though the 2018-19 season has come to an end, I am starting to prepare for the next season. And obviously I've got a few video ideas before the new season starts, so hopefully I can get them ideas out there, and the people I want to be in the videos can actually take part as well. So thank you guys for watching. This is Pones, and I'm signing out. Peace.